What's going on, party people? It is your boy Coop. So Forsaken is here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm going to need you to unzip the very top of your hat to cool down your head while I speak, alright? My nipples got tingly when I saw that live stream like 2 months ago where it showed the Scorn run out and they had their little flaming lanterns of doom and they were just slapping dudes in the face. Then they said, hey, guess what? You're getting 9 new supers. Not only that, but we're getting random rolls and all this other stuff. It seemed like finally Destiny was going to be on track again. But that was 2 months ago. So I know a lot of people, maybe you just kind of lost the flame. And you're kind of riding the fence right now. And let me tell you the problem with riding the fence, okay? Your gooch is going to be sore. That area between your junk and your butt cheeks, guys, that is going to be, it's going to be in pain. And also I hear that actually can damage you permanently, like reproductive problems. I know a lot of cyclists have that problem. Just ask Lance Armstrong, guys. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, guys, so the point is, I thought I would go over my first initial impressions on this. It's only been out for 2 days. Obviously, I haven't got super deep into a lot of the quest lines and things, but I have gone through the campaign, and it is really cool. So don't be disheartened. This is actually turning around. I know when Destiny 2 launched, suddenly that supermodel we were married to weighed 950 pounds. Her butt cheeks were like hanging down onto the floor. We were like, why she was standing up? We were like, what is going on? Like yesterday, you were like a Victoria's Secret model, and today this is what's happening. And they were like, well, hey, we'll eat one less cookie per day, and until we lose all the weight. And you're like, dude, that's gonna take you 70 years. Just to weigh 400 pounds. That's kind of what it felt like Bungie was doing in the beginning. They were like, hey, we'll do a little tiny update to make you jump faster. Not run faster, just jump faster. And it was like, wow, okay, dude, you're going to need some bigger updates than that. Do whatever magic trick you did to change the entire way this game is played overnight. Do that trick again. And they have done that magic trick. That is what Forsaken is. It is that magic trick, guys. So number 1, we have lost sectors, public events, and adventures. All of these are super cool now. I know in the past these seemed like they were purposeless, like I know on Mercury, which was the worst DLC of all time, the Curse of Osiris, terrible DLC, but you'd go into a lost sector and it's just like a giant room, a huge hole in the wall with some really lame AI shooting at you. It just was not cool. These are awesome. They actually have a lost sector with the dude from the Beatles singing songs, and they have a giant DJ booth set up in there and some other things. I'm not going to get too into it, but it's awesome, okay? A lot of cool stuff. The strikes are sick. There was one I just did that was in like a prison, the Prison of Elders. And actually in part of this strike, you actually fight in the original Prison of Elders arena from Destiny 1, along with traversing through the bottom of this prison while these subway cars are like racing past you. If they hit you, you're dead. So on and so forth. The strikes are sick. The loot, guys, which is number 3. I don't know why I'm numbering these off, but I just am, because I like to count, okay? It's good for your brain. Loot, the armor and the weapons are so sick, man. I know that all of Destiny 2 had this dude who loved Kung Fu Panda, apparently. So every single Titan set looked like Kung Fu Panda armor. It was all fat and just ridiculous. It was like, dude, no one wants to look like that, bro. Like, you want to look like John Cena has on armor. You're not trying to look like, you know, John Candy has on armor. Anyways, it was terrible before. Now it's really awesome. The weapons, the same thing. And plus the random rolls you're getting with this, guys, I can't even explain just how much depth that adds to everything. It is absolutely amazing. And the random rolls are cool, dude. Now you're getting those full auto, you know, scout rifles with Firefly on there, whatever you want. It's just very cool, very well done. And the mod system inside of it, because why did Luke Smith walk in the room and say, so guys, I had a great idea. We're gonna do mods and we're gonna make it so they give you 5 extra light points. Wow, I bet the community will be stoked about that. But no random rolls. And I'm sure everyone in the office was like, God, okay, Luke, whatever you say. But now we got him back, okay? Now we got someone else making decisions, or maybe it's still Luke. I don't know. If he is, good job. You're doing something right again. But the whole point is, it's just really solid right now. The destinations inside of this are sick, dude. The Reef and the Awoken Dreaming City is just amazing. Like, the detail and the artwork is crazy, but it doesn't feel like a movie set. It feels very much alive, with battles happening, and the battles look real. It's not like when you were on like in the Taken King when you arrived on the Dreadnought and you have the Cabal fighting the Hive. That just kind of seemed contrived after a while, like they were just sitting there, kind of like acting. It just didn't feel like a battle. It didn't feel very immersive. And in this one, it feels much more immersive, and that could be because of the way the Scorn fight. They run up and they attack. They don't just stand there shooting for like hours on end endlessly. That could have a lot to do with it. But it's not just that. The destinations are just full of loot and different lore and different events. They're just very much alive and they feel awesome. The story, same thing, guys. The story is very, very solid because it's building on a larger universe. This feels like a Marvel story where there's this larger universe that's a part of that. Gary, the gigantic mole rat from the beginning of Destiny 2, did not feel like that. He just like came up out of the blue and he was gone just as quick as he popped up. It had nothing to do with the stories that had been building throughout Destiny 1. Whereas this one 100% ties into that kind of a universe, and it feels awesome. The lore, you have lore tabs all over the ground, guys. You have ghost fragments, you have these crystal fragments, you have so many different potentials to get more lore, and I love that. Like, they went above and beyond what I expected them to do with the lore. So if you're a lore guy, you are going to have your fill. In fact, it's amazing. Far more lore than was in Destiny 1. And Destiny 2, my god, they just took it all out. They just had, like, you could go scan a rock and it would tell you something ridiculous, like, once sat the butt cheeks of Ikora here, and that's all you got to have. And you're like, dude, seriously? That's the lore for right here? But don't worry, it's been fixed. Tons of scannables, collectibles all over the place. Obviously, they brought back the triumphs and the milestones, and these triumph books are just gigantic, so it's going to take forever to fill those up. But lastly, guys, with Gambit and the Crucible, dude, Gambit is like whenever you get home from work and you're real tired, and you want a beer, but you know what else? You also want some ice cream. So you make yourself a beer float. You know why? Because you deserve that. You deserve that caloric deliciousness. I'm sure that would be disgusting. But my point is, Gambit is awesome, y'all. It is so much fun. And it's executed so well. Whenever you're invading, you feel awesome. When there's an invader, they kind of have that overshield advantage, so you have to play a little bit more carefully. But it is super cool. And the Crucible, the same thing. I love the TTK right now. Destiny 2 TTK was so ridiculous, dude. Like, you could go make a sandwich, like tape your controller trigger down, go make yourself a sandwich, and come back and the dude's like at half health, and you're like, okay, 15 more magazines. It was ridiculous. Everyone knows it was ridiculous. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It was totally stupid. It was like Overwatch levels of the time to kill for Destiny, which this is not that game, so it just doesn't work. Anyways, y'all, if you can afford it, I would definitely say to pick this up. 100% I would say to pick this up because it is awesome. Obviously, I haven't gotten to the deep stuff. I already said that. Haven't gotten to do the raid, but I can see already, just from doing the campaign and doing all these other activities, that there is so much inside of this. You're getting far more for that $40 than you got when you paid $60 for the game. Like 150 times more. It's not even like the same game, to be completely honest. I'm super excited about getting more into this game and seeing what else it has to offer, so I can do some guides and some other things like that. But if you're kind of just wondering, is this even worth it, or is it just going to be another letdown? This is 100% worth it. This is awesome. Now, I know my Warmind review, I said, it was much better than the other ones, but Warmind has nothing on this. Warmind, it was still part of the problem that was within Bungie, that whole era of difficulties for that industry. So Warmind is kind of like, the good part of a really terrible thing. It's kind of like if you're looking at a bowl of dog crap and there's a stick next to it, the stick looks pretty appetizing in comparison. So Warmind was like a stick. Now this is like a steak dinner, okay? This is good. It's nutritious. It's fun. So on and so forth. I can't come up with any more analogies. They're getting old. They're getting ridiculous. Anyways, y'all, those are my thoughts on this. I would love to know what you guys think about the DLC so far, what you're enjoying about it, and if you're planning on getting it. I know some people are like, wow, look at this Bungie shill. Dude's getting paid by Bungie. Which is crazy, dude. If Bungie were paying me, man, then I wouldn't live in this mansion. You know what? I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, that is all for me. Peace.